You're saying that you're the main player. You're not the NPC.
Well, I think we're dealing with all NPCs at this point. I mean,
Yeah.
depending on how you want to, like, I would say very advanced NPCs, like incredibly advanced NPCs compared to Fallout or something. We've got a lot of conversation options happening here. There's not like
Uh,
4 things you can pick from,
yeah.
but
There's a whole illusion of free will that's happening. We really do, depending where you are in the world, feel like you're free to decide any trajectory in your life that you want.
which is pretty funny, right?
For an NPC, it's nice.
Well, you're going to want that. If we're making a video game, you do want to give your NPCs the illusion of free will because it's going to make interactions with them
Yeah.
that much more intense.
Yeah. So I wonder on the path to that, how hard is it to create? This is the sort of the Carmack question of a realistic virtual world that's as cool as this one. Not fully realistic, but sufficiently realistic that it's as interesting to live in. Because we're gonna create those worlds on the path to creating something like a simulation.
Yes.
Like long, long, long before. It'll be virtual worlds where we want to stay forever because they're full of that balance of suffering and joy, of limitations and freedoms and all that kind of stuff. A lot of people think like in the virtual world, I can't wait to be able to, I don't know, have sex with anybody I want or have anything I want. But I think that's not going to be fun. You want the limitations, the constraints.
Oh,
So you
yeah.
have to battle for the things you want.
Okay, but
Yeah.
great video games.
Yeah.
One of my favorite video game memories was like I started playing World of Warcraft in its original incarnation. And I didn't even know that you were going to have flying mounts. Like, I didn't even know. So I've been running around dealing with all the encumbrances of like being an undead warlock that can't fly. But then all of a sudden, holy shit, there's flying mounts. And now the world you've been running around not flying, you're seeing it from the top down. There
Yeah.
was just really cool. Like, whoa, I could do this now. And then that gets boring. But a really well designed game, it has a series of these, I don't know what you call it,
Mhm.
extra abilities that kind of unfold and produce novelty. And then eventually you just accept it, you take it for granted, and then another novelty appears. So
Those extra abilities are always balanced with the limitations, the constraints they run up against. Because a well balanced video game, the challenge, the struggle matches the new ability.
yeah, and sometimes causes problems on its own. I
Right.
mean, and so to go back to this universe's simulation, it's really designed like a pretty awesome video game if you look at it from the perspective of history. I mean, people were on horses. They didn't know that there were going to be bullet trains. They didn't know that you could get in a car and drive across the country in a few days. That would have sounded ridiculous. We're doing that now. And even in our own lifespan, think about it. How long has VR goggles existed? Like the ones that you could just buy at Best Buy.
Mhm.
I had the original Oculus Rift, the fucking puke machine. You put that thing on, I gave it to my friend. He went and vomited in my driveway, and people were making fun of it. They were saying, this isn't going to catch on. It's too big. It's unwieldy. The graphics suck. And then look at where it's at now. And that's going to keep, that trajectory is going to keep improving. So, yeah, I think that we are dealing with what you're talking about, which
Oh,
is novelty met with more problems, met with novelty.